All right, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself here because I've still got one horrendous session, which is number three, which I'll be putting up sometime later today, I think. One little innovation I've added here is the date and timestamp down the bottom left, um, which is not particularly relevant to what I'm doing right now. But it's occurred to me for a very long time, for over a year, that it's there's this uncomfortable feeling that the professional losers on YouTube are, some of them anyway, cherry picking. So they're not presenting a real picture of how things are for them. I think particularly of Mr. Handpay, who sort of bops all over the country, and sort of one day is in I don't know, wherever. I mean, he's on West Coast, East Coast, North, South. I don't know. He's just all over the place. And so I think there's a certain kind of cherry picking potential there. I can't prove anything. I can't insist on it. Um, it's just something that I don't think is entirely upfront. How he runs his channel obviously is entirely up to him. He can do whatever he wants, and YouTube certainly doesn't insist on any kind of protocol with any of these channels. I mean, sort of what Alexa stop, what Cody Burnett, for instance, gets away with online is absolutely astounding. But nothing to be done about that. The other thing that's funny, to me at least, is that I didn't even occur to me for the longest time. But then I thought, why don't I just go on to the blackjack sim on my spare laptop? I've had a spare laptop for quite some time, which I'm reluctant to get rid of because I absolutely love it to bits. I've had it for, I don't know, 15 years now. And it's got a giant screen, and it's a brilliant screen. It's absolutely terrific. Excuse me. And okay, that was a waste of time, wasn't it? So I logged on to the Wizards blackjack sim on that, and by golly, Turbo was there. Bang, 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 zoom, zoom. Um, so now I know that I'm right to feel paranoid about this. I think that he's punishing me. I mean, it's just, oh God, these bloody splitting aces. What a damn waste of time, honestly. Okay, so that's, where are we at? 925. I'm going to call it 2-3. I've put this down here because, as I say, I think that the guys on YouTube should have that too, so that we know exactly what's going on. Every single one of their videos should have a date and time stamp down the bottom. Well, it's not for me to say, is it? Um, but I just don't know how seriously you can take these guys, with their play, because they're supported by Google. They've got a big safety net that you and I don't have, and I think I messed up there. Damn it! That looks to me like a big mistake. 7-4 drop. I think I cocked up there. 3-4. No. Oh, Jesus. What kind of a day am I having here? Jesus. Okay, so it's got to be 5. It's got to be 5-6 now. I just blew it entirely there, but bear with me, okay? Look at this up there. 11-12. Second. We're going right up there. Okay, 23. 25 is the third bet. Oh dear. I want to double that. Okay, the reason that I like to double tens against an ace is that you know that the dealer doesn't have a 10 under because he'd have to flip it, right? I'm not using this here because it offends me. I mean, I wish I could communicate with the wizard and get him A to get me my turbo back and B to take this stupid thing away because it's ridiculous. Um, but anyway, that was that was one of those things that just happens. It happens all the time in blackjack. You know, you do something stupid, at least according to the basic strategy rules, and it pays off. I mean, that was and I know there's going to be somebody out there who says what they always say, which is, "Whoa, you knew what was coming." God, never mind. There will always be trolls. And now that I'm used to not having turbo, I don't want it back because at least we're playing at normal speed, which is what most people are used to. Okay, so what did I do there? I think that's because of the double is going to be 2-3 second. Oh, isn't that nice? All right, so back to the minimum. Back to the minimum is so important. Yeah, this really is a slow weirdness. That didn't work. Oh, yes, it did. Okay, +1. +1. All right, that's 1-2 now, second. What? You got to laugh sometimes, don't you? Well, I just watched Degen Dolt. I mean, oh dear, that guy has the world's worst luck and no timestamp. Oh, poor guy. He had his last. He went all in, and he got 20 against a dealer's 2, I think. And the dealer turned over, got a 21, took it to a 21. I mean, you can't do anything about stuff like that. What was that? 3-4. All right, 7-4 drop. 9-4. Just enough. Okay, 9-4. So we're back to 7-4 now. It's a good start. Um, I think we better take all of that. So 7-4. That just paid us 6. So we're at 1-2 now. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, the good thing about the non-turbo thing is it's more or less. It's a little bit slower than real play, but okay. If you got the 5 up there, I think I'd have spat nails. Jeepers! I love that timestamp though. I do like that. I had to search for it for a bit because it's not something that I've ever needed before. But at least you can see the length of play. I've got a counter on the screen recorder, but it's better to have it on screen like that, and you've got to love it, right? It says so every time you go anywhere near it. It says "love ya," which is very annoying. Um, all right, I'm really slow today. I'm sorry. Yeah, on my spare machine, the wizard is like zoom, crazy. So something's crept into my computer here to slow it down. That was just rude. I think it's a repeat because we had so many in a row there. All right, we're doing pretty nicely here, aren't we? I didn't I didn't notice where we were at. It says at the top of the screen that you can't see. It says we're at 9:59. So I suppose I have to. I'm not time. I mean minutes and seconds. So 10 minutes now. Okay. Double for the push. Yeah, I didn't want this to be too obtrusive. So, I mean, I could have made it neon or something like that, but I didn't want to do that. I think we're on another plus, aren't we? Ace would be good. Uh-oh. All right. We are thrashed. 1, 2. 3, 4, third. Oops. Got to double that, like it or not. Oh, look at that. Don't get it. Oh, no. Jeez. Now I feel like Degen Dolt. I mean, really, honestly. Such rudeness. Uh-huh. 4, 5. Third. 4, 4, 5 thirds. So now we're on 9, 5, which is 200 drop. Excuse me. Okay, 9, 5, so 7, 5. We won 200 there. All right, 2, 3. 5, 6 second. I'll take that any day of the week. All right. Am I going to stand on that? Yeah, I guess. Double for the push. 51 second. 2, 3 third. That's good. Yeah, this has gone well for us this time. The last one was horrible. That's going to be number 3 in the current series. Number 3 in the Take It or Leave It series. Pity about that. And that's a double for the loss. Excuse me. Double for the loss, so that's 2, 3 third. Didn't quite make it there, did we? It was so close. 5, 3 drop. 5, 3 it is. We only take drop zone wins when they're 200 or more. So we're 5, 3, did I say? I think I said that. We needed a 10 up there. 5, 3, 8, 6 second. Not going so well now, is it? 14, 15 third. Damn it. Oh no! Oh yes! Sometimes it goes your way and sometimes it don't. I'm going to pause in a minute for reasons that you don't need to know about, but the clock will keep running down the bottom there, so you can see how long it takes me to do what I'm supposed to do. Um, I think we're on the plus run right now, but I'm going to have to run away. Okay, it's pause time. Don't be offended. Okay, so I have no idea how long that took me, but I'm reminded of um, many years ago, an old timer. I was in my 20s, I guess, and this old geezer said to me, he said, you get to a certain age, you spend half your life taking a piss and the other half thinking about it. Now, I can't say I necessarily agree with him, but this is an awful bet, isn't it? It's always an awful bet. Well, we pushed it that time, which is unusual. That's a repeater, isn't it? 10 would be great, just as long as he doesn't get a 5 up there. You know, it's what the wizard does from time to time. It's just so bloody rude. Um, okay, so I think that was a win. So we turned around, back to the minimum. Probably nothing is more important than that in this whole strategy. Oh, nasty. Okay, so we're off to another shoe now, 51. Oh, 51, 2, 3, third. That didn't work, did it? 5, 3, drop, double. Oh, excuse me. 6, 3. 6, 3 it is. 1, 2, 3, money on the table. Okay. 9, 6. What? Jeepers. 15, 16. Well, this is going to be a tricky shoe by the look of it. That looks to me like a double down. I don't believe that. I do believe it because I saw it with my own eyes. Excuse me, so sorry. 15, 16. So that's, we just lost 3,200. So that's 47. Um, so that's 5,000. Drop. Could get tacky here. Well, that's a start. Um, should we stand on that? Yeah, I think. Okay, so 5,000. So that's 3,500. 3.5, 4, I think is the correct bet. Well, how about that? Okay. And to all of you tempted to say, well, obviously you're manipulating this and you know what's going on and you know what's coming next, you need to go back, I suggest politely and with great respect, go back to the earlier take it or leave it blackjack presentations that I put up in the last couple of days. And you will see me getting the shit kicked out of me in terms of wins versus losses. Losses far exceeding the number of wins. And still we come out smelling the roses. So, what can I say? Um, Back to the minimum. +1. All right, 51 second. That's a lucky one. And that was even luckier. 2, 3, third. They do that to you a lot, don't they? That's horrible. Oh, damn. A dealer's catch, as they say. Excuse me. I'm struggling today. Cough wise, splutter wise. It's not good, is it? I think that must be 1, 2, third. 3, 2, drop. Double. Come on, spit it out. Okay, so that's a 1, 2 now because we got 2 back. See, we don't, in the drop zone, if you win 100, you don't take it off when, the down. But if you win more than 100, take it all off. There's good sense to that, believe me. But anyway, we're just going to repeat that back. Sorry. I feel so bad about making so much noise. But I just can't stop it. Tried all manner of things, but hey, that's my problem, not yours for sure. Okay. Get the 10. There it is. All right. So back to the men. And I do get people saying to me, well, you couldn't do that in a real casino because of table limits. And that's a fair point. But of course, what you do is you just, as soon as you hit a table limit, then you just move to another table or another casino or, if necessary, another town. I mean, it's just so mathematical and straightforward and obvious, but nobody else is doing it. So I don't know. I guess I must just be mad, right? Was that a plus or was that a repeat? I better play it safe and just repeat it. Well, that was rubbish. All right, didn't matter. Minimum. Nasty. Double for the lot. Oops, double for the loss. 1, 2, third again. 3, 2, drop. 4, 2. 5, 2. Bugger. 6, 2. Okay, so that's 4, 2. Because we won 2 there. Ah, you pig. 4, 2. Now we can go to 4, 5 for the push. Not so good. Oh, look at that. It's a 22. 4, 5, 9, 10. Second. Okay, 19, 20. Third. Getting up there again, aren't we? I was sure there was a 5 coming up there, I tell you. Okay. I think that might win. Plus 1. Plus 1. Excuse me. 1, 2. Maybe. Yes. All right. +1. Now, in fact, let's see. 7, 6. No, he'd have had 21 if I hadn't taken that. So, um, did I say +1? Is that? Oh, I think I better say 1, 2. 22. Good for you up there. Thank you. I might have been just a teeny weeny bit adrift there. Should I have doubled that? See, I don't have the cheat chart. I'll put it into the edit on the right, but I don't have it. So, and I used to. I was an absolute bloody robot as far as the basic strategy was concerned. But the soft doubles really mess me up. It's just a repeat, I think. Okay, 1, 2. +1. That's not any good, is it? All right, 1, 2. Okie dokie. This shoe is winding down. I'm not sure whether it's been kind or not. I mean, I'll find out soon enough. But +1. No, double for the loss. That's to me. That's a double down. Shows what I know. Um, so that's 3, 4. I think is the third. Might have to roll on a bit. Ah, maybe not. Yes, we will. Okay, so that was 3, 4, third. So that's 8, 8, which we'll call 10, 10. Nah. Oh, God. So that's 12, 10. 14, 10. Not going well, is it, all of a sudden? Okay, so 12, 10. Let's call it 1.5, 1 for simplicity. Oh, dear. 2.5, 2. Okay. So we've got to go just a little bit further. A half, 1 is the turnaround. That's pretty good, isn't it? Do you like that? I sure do. All right, so we're at 29 minutes on the screen recorder clock, and we just hit noon, as you can see. I like that added clock down at the bottom left. What I'm out to establish is transparency. Lots of people look at this strategy and say, well, it's too expensive, it's too difficult, it's they wouldn't let you do it. There are all kinds of excuses. And what it all boils down to, I think, is that we're conditioned by the casinos and by what's called the conventional wisdom, and by the sort of the mathematical kind of liars, basically, which is what they are, to believe that there is absolutely no way to beat any of these games, any of these table games, in the long run. And I can't remember the first time I heard this thing about any amount bet against a negative expectation must have a negative result. And of course, that's absolutely true. It is the conventional wisdom, but it's only true if you bet flat or if you bet randomly. If you bet randomly, it's exactly the same thing as flat in the end, because you're not linking your target, which is the hole that you're in, the amount that you're behind. You're not linking that with your bet values. And as long as you fail to do that, you are up shit creek, and there you will stay. Sans paddle. I don't know what the French is for paddle. It's probably padel. No, I don't know what it is. But that's for another day. Anyway, thanks for your company, and see you next time. All right, so this is an update. Excuse me, there I go already. This is an update in advance of the addition of the data from Take It or Leave It number 4, which, if you're a brave soul, you will have just sat through and marveled at, whatever. But all I'm trying to do is to demonstrate the validity of the whole pattern betting notion. And it's never better shown than in this long chart down the bottom here, where you can see the reds and the greens and the back and forth, the ebb and flow, the yin and yang, the ping and pong, the up and down, the to and fro, the flit, whatever, it's just mathematics. That's all it is. It's not miracles. It's not magic. It's not it's not crookery or charlatanness or charlatanship or charlatan whatever-ish. It's none of those things. It's just common sense. If you can ride through the patterns, if you follow the patterns, and that doesn't mean to say obsessively watching the board at baccarat or whatever, or getting wound up in it at blackjack. It's just a matter of just responding to possibilities. You don't have advance notice of anything, obviously. You can't see into the future. You have no idea what the next result is going to be. And it happens to be a fact that after a win, the most likely result is a loss. And after a loss, the most likely result is a win. I mean, that's just how it is. But that doesn't work for us. What we want is we want wins in twins or trips, twos or threes. Usually twins are enough. Sometimes a single win is enough to turn us around. But usually triplets is more than enough. But if you just, bear with me and look at this, you can see what I'm talking about, okay? And in this set so far, we've had 3 goes at this, and it only amounts to 344 bets. But we've got 142 wins to 171 losses, so the house is kicking her ass right now to the tune of minus 5.4%, which is about 11 times what it's supposed to be for blackjack. But that's all right. We can cope. We can get by. We're looking at an average win value versus average loss value of 170% based on the performance of the algorithm. And the algorithm is separate from me because the algorithm doesn't make stupid mistakes. And I do from time to time, not on purpose, but because I ain't perfect. Okay? So when we come down to the way I actually behaved, it's a different story. It's a win of 73,200 against exposure of 18,000, a maximum bet of 30,000. I mean, Christ, pretty hairy one way and another. These need to be updated, and I'll do it at some point, but it's not a massive priority right now. Something I would appreciate you taking a look at, though, is the whole card counting thing. I'm not I'm not declaring war on card counting. I'm simply saying that in the past, over 3 or 4 thousand outcomes, I discovered that uh, a positive deck value, which means +2 and higher in the true count, doesn't deliver profits. It may well deliver an equal number of wins and losses, but it doesn't deliver profits. Now, that might be the fault of pattern betting. I just don't know. At some point, what I'm going to do is put a column in one of these things that says, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to have a minimum, a minimum of 500, the maximum of 10,000. And if it's +2, we'll bet twice 500 and so on. You get the general picture. So if it's +3, +4, whatever, and then we'll see what happens there. But right now, I think the sample is a bit on the small side. It's only 330, something like that. But what we're getting is a negative deck value, a win of 60,000, neutral, 0 to +1 deck value, a win of 15,000, and +2+, which means a positive deck value, true count, a loss of 1,600. So, I find that interesting. I'm not trying to prove that card counting doesn't work. What I am trying to do is to prove to myself that my skepticism I nearly said skepticism about card counting is justified. Now, this is the online reality thing. There's the bets that you can actually see. So let's have a look at deck value over here. A little bit better. Negative, a win of 7,200. Neutral, a win of 14,600. +2+, a win of 2,700. So not quite as bad as the other example. Oh, and this martingale thing here, by the way, this is just mucking about, really. I'm constantly conscious of the fact that the casinos, when they talk about progressive betting and advise players against it under any circumstances because it's stupid and suicidal and dangerous and you'll regret it and you'll lose your bankroll and you won't have any fun, blah, 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 blah. I like to play along with a martingale, and my martingale is slightly different from the regular one, but only a little teeny weeny bit. And here you're seeing, a win of 890 versus 24,500, and action of 4,500, 4,600 instead of 105,000. And it's meaningless, basically. But anyway, it's there, so I thought I'd better tell you what that's about. So there you have it, anyway. The pattern betting thing is explained here, why it works. You can see it visually. It's never more visual than that. Here, we had with this Wizard of Odds blackjack thing, we had our asses kicked all the way down to here, to -27, and then up a little bit, and then down, and then boop, 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 up to -7, and now we're on another downward streak, whatever. But we don't care about those things. We don't give a damn about sort of the bigger picture, the sort of how many the house is ahead of us. What we care about is those little short, sharp skirmishes, the brief series where you go, like here, I mean, what you've got here, for instance, is the worst we saw was -5. Okay, maybe there's another one here that's a bit worse. Now, -5 is about as bad as it got. -5 all the way. So let's take the first -5, followed immediately by a win, then a loss, and then a bunch of wins. The next -5 is all the way along here, followed by a win, then a loss, then another loss, then a win, so that we would have turned around right in here. Same here, turnaround would have been around here. Same here, turnaround would be right there. And if you just think about it, it's just logic. There's no, as I say, there's no magic about it. It's just simple, straightforward arithmetic. That's it. Anyway, take it or leave it. All right, then a quick. Well, I'll try to make it quick. Rundown on the latest number four of the take it or leave it blackjack sessions. Two shoes each time. Blah blah blah, etc. etc. Win for the algorithm is 4,600. Exposure 2,375. You can see all the information up there. Um, Pretty straightforward. In the end, the negative was not as high as 6% because what happens here is that I take into account naturals as paying 3-2. And anybody who accepts a 6-5 natural deserves to get their ass kicked, frankly, as far as I'm concerned, along with the millions of stupid people who line up to play games like free bet, blackjack, and what's the other one called? Double Down Madness. I mean, madness is the word, definitely. Anyway, here we have two different lines. The light green line is what happened to me out in the field, so to speak, and this line here is the algorithm. The dark green line is the algorithm. You can see here that the actual value was negative, and then went up, and then went up for a while, and then went crashing down, and then went up, and it didn't. You can see it all here. It's plain as day. And here you've got the actual patterns, the greens and the reds, and just remember, every time you have a long losing streak, usually more than four, and we only had one that was more than four. I think one here that was five. What you need is to turn around before there are three more consecutive losses. That's basically what it's about. That's the essence of three play. So this is how it looks for the algorithm, and then going down to here, we've got how it looks for the play as it unraveled. Dear, look at it. See, it's 8 o'clock at night, and I've been at this since about 7:30 this morning, so I'm unraveling. Anyway, since it unfurled is what I'm trying to say, during the demo that you may or may not have just watched. But 118 bets, the net AV was not terrible, minus 1.3, a little bit higher than you would hope for at blackjack. But of course, without naturals, it was pretty awful, but not bad. Thing that intrigues me but doesn't bother me, of course, is this whole business with deck values. I'm keeping that up. Because I'm fascinated by it. Negative plus 2,600, neutral plus 750, and this time a positive deck value, which is plus 2 and higher, 1,225, 1, 2, and lost none. With negatives, 20 wins and 22 losses, with neutrals, 29 wins and 37 losses. And this pattern betting thing, as I've explained before, is just basically it's a bit of fun and games. Seeing how much money a martingale, which is always insulted, derided, dismissed, diminished, debunked by the mathematicians who work for the casinos, and by indeed casino staffs themselves. Everybody from dealers to pit bosses will sidle up to you and tell you if you're martingaling. You don't want to do that. Anyway, we've been through all that before, so you don't need to hear it again. Going down one again. Nothing much else to say, really. It's all here. I think it's important. I was just talking to my baccarat buddy in California, and we agreed we're just going to keep on doing this because he's doing some wonderful work specifically focused on baccarat, because that's his passion. Mine is blackjack. It always has been, and yes, I love playing baccarat. With these sims and demonstrating again and again that this is a winning strategy. But just remember, I'm not selling anything. I'm not telling anybody that this is absolutely bulletproof, that it's the holy grail, the silver bullet, the brass ring, or any of that stuff, because it just doesn't make sense to do that, because something terrible can always happen. It's like a plane can fall out of the sky, or a lunatic can come roaring around the corner while you're crossing the road in a residential area, and he's doing 90 miles an hour where he should be doing 25, and boom, you're blown to kingdom come. I mean, all of that sort of thing can happen, and it would be wrong for me to pretend that this is bulletproof. But what I am saying to you is, if you continue to bet randomly or flat or emotionally or drunkenly or stupidly or recklessly or irresponsibly, or the way, in other words, that the casinos want you to bet, and they will grease the wheel by providing you with complimentary cocktails and all the rest of it, and basically trying to persuade you that losing is fun. If you do all of that, you're going to lose money. If you have total respect for the numbers, understand what you're up against, and have money behind you, then you stand a chance. But I am not recommending this as a bulletproof, surefire, guaranteed winner. Please understand that. And this is the end of another one.